What's good, Raider Nation? Our 2023 season is officially over for the Las Vegas Raiders, but we went out with a bang. We beat up on the Broncos 27-14, and Allegiant Stadium absolutely exploded for Antonio Pierce and our Raiders as they exited the field. Obviously, you can go on social media. You can see all the videos that have been dropped just as the game ended. And I had a couple buddies that were at the stadium. They sent me a couple videos, and man, as I'm watching them, I just kind of get chills. I get chills just watching it. I can just imagine the energy that was in that stadium. And so I'll tell you right now, Mark Davis is screwed if he makes the wrong decision. Whether you want AP, Jim Harbaugh, whoever else is up there on the list, Mark Davis is going to be screwed if he makes the wrong decision. So after this win, let me know in the comments down below, who do you want as the next coach of the Las Vegas Raiders? Let me know in the comments below. And if you could, please like this video, subscribe, turn on those notifications, because even though this is the end of the season, I'm going to be hitting you guys with all the Raiders news throughout the entire offseason. Obviously, we got a big decision regarding the head coach, any roster moves, any free agency moves. I'm going to be doing my own mock drafts. I'm going to be doing player breakdowns of all the top prospects coming out of college going into the 2024 draft. So stick with me on this. Ride this wave with me. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Again, I've only been doing this for a few months, and the support you guys have shown me, I can't be more grateful and more thankful for what you guys have done for me. So I appreciate it. Now, let's kind of get into this. One of the biggest things is, do you think these players, because obviously on the field, you can tell there was nothing for us to play for, right? You could say we're playing for some individual goals, some incentives on the line, but for the most part, what you could see on that field today was these players poured their hearts out on the field. You saw it on the defensive side. You saw it on the offensive side. Let me know, do you think these players played their hearts out for AP? Did they make a statement for AP to be the next head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders? Let me know in the comments down below. Now, I'm going to break this game down a little bit. I'll be going through my notes, so bear with me. But I'll look at the offensive side real quick. One of the things that stood out to me is we were very balanced on offense. We're coming off of a Colts game where Aiden O'Connell threw the ball 40-plus times. I think he threw 47 times. I thought it was a extremely bad strategy going into that game because their run defense was pretty suspect. The Colts' run defense was. But this game was very balanced. We had 27 rushes, and Aiden O'Connell only had 20 attempts, which I think was a perfect combination. Now, we did share the ball. 7 different receivers caught passes, but Zamir White was 25 for 112 yards, and he had a 4.5 yard per carry average. Now, that is very good numbers for a well-rounded, a well-balanced offense. So one of the questions I have is, do you think Zamir White has proven over the last 3 games? I believe it's 3 games he started now so far. Do you think Zamir White has proven that he could be the feature back next year? And if you don't, do you think we should target one in the draft? Let me know in the comments down below. Now, one thing I want to give credit to is that was one hell of a drive at the end of the first half. The Broncos pinned us down deep in our own side of the field. And that was a very methodical drive that ended in a great catch by Davante Adams. Davante Adams had a drop just a couple plays earlier that could have been a touchdown, that probably would have been a touchdown, but he made up for it and had an incredible catch on the left side of the end zone to basically go into the half up 17-7, and we got the ball back in the second half. Now, some of the takes that I got from this game is, Trey Tucker really showed this game what he is going to provide for us in the offense in the future, right? Not only did he show his ability to catch the deep ball, that deep ball has been showing a little more often the last 4 or 5 games, but you saw him on some quick out routes. You actually saw Bo Hardigree kind of take a page out of the Miami playbook, where Trey Tucker would kind of line up kind of inside just off of our tackle. He'd motion to the sideline just at the snap to kind of give him that running start. And that really puts that corner in conflict. When you have a speedster that already has kind of a head start, a running start at the snap, and his momentum is already going, that corner's got to bail on him because of the speed. And so Trey Tucker, he beat that corner a couple times deep. Then we saw him on some comeback routes. We saw him on some quick out routes. I mean, you saw what Trey Tucker kind of brings this offense, and I'm excited to see what he can do next year. Now, Jacoby Myers, you can't be more impressed with what Jacoby Myers has brought to this offense this year. And now that the year is done, now the season's done, that trade that we had with Darren Waller, excellent trade, was an absolute excellent trade because basically by offloading Waller, we took the money that we saved and poured it into Jacoby Myers. And the third round pick that we got from the Giants, that turned into Trey Tucker. So that transaction, that trade that Dave Ziegler pulled off last season was actually pretty brilliant. So let's break down Aiden O'Connell's performance. Obviously, it could have been pretty devastating when we started the game, right? He almost had that pick six to Patrick Surtain. That was right in the beginning of the game. The one knock that I've had on Aiden O'Connell, really since we've been seeing him start football games consistently, is he's got to use his eyes better. That's one knock I have on him. He's got to use his eyes better. Hopefully, as his career goes on, he learns more, but he stares guys down. He stared Devontae Adams. I know it's about a 5-yard hitch, but not only do you can't stare him down right away, but that ball is going to come out quicker. So hopefully that timing gets a little bit better. But look, the thing that we can say that Aiden O'Connell has really improved on and cleaned up is his turnovers. We have not had as many turnovers as we saw in the beginning of the season, and he protects the football. That's one of the best things a quarterback can do is protect the football, and that's what Aiden O'Connell does. Now, next season, yes, he's most likely going to be the backup, and that's perfectly fine. But what I'd like to see out of Aiden O'Connell is that he competes, and he is a viable backup. He's somebody that can turn into a backup that we can trust. That's the one thing we didn't have this year. We let Stidham go that understood the system, and we brought in Brian Hoyer. And we all know that was just a horrible decision. So let me know in the comments down below. Now that the season is over, do you want us to prioritize a quarterback in the first round of this year's draft? Let me know, because obviously now with the pick that we're at, I think we're projected for number 13. In order to get one of those top 3, maybe 4 quarterbacks, we're going to have to give up a lot of draft capital to go up and get them. So let me know in the comments down below. Do you still want us to prioritize a quarterback early in that first round? Now, last, I want to talk about Bo Hardegree. I think obviously he was getting a little too fancy. It worked out 3rd and 1, down close to the goal line, and he tries another trick play. I kind of wanted to throw something at the TV, but you know what? It worked out, but he's getting a little too fancy. But at the end of the day, he called a great game today. It was extremely well-rounded. We shared the ball. Zamir White got his carries. I think he did a hell of a job today, so I just want to give him credit. Now let's talk about the defense. The defense came to play. Obviously, they had the missed tackles on the long touchdown play to Jerry Jeudy. Got it. There was a long third down play that they gave up. Okay, it happens. But at the end of the day, this defense came to play. I mean, we had 5 total sacks between Adam Butler, Max Crosby, Malcolm Kuntz, Tyree Wilson got a sack, and Isaiah Pola-Mao. All 5 got a sack on the day. That actually brings Max Crosby up to a career high 14.5 sacks, which is amazing. Big ups to Max Crosby. And look, Tyree Wilson is improving. I think one of the best things we did was put him in the interior. Tyree Wilson, moving him to the interior, he got a sack today. He had pressures all game. And one of the best things I saw was when him and Malcolm Kuntz absolutely crushed Jared Stidham in the second quarter. I mean, we put the hurting on Jared Stidham all game long, and it was just amazing to see. Now then, let's take a look at Malcolm Kuntz. I mean, Malcolm Kuntz, obviously we know that he's improved in his pass rushing ability, and it's amazing to see, but he's also improved on his run ability, and he's an undersized edge player. He's an undersized D end, and that was one of my knocks on him, was whether or not he was going to be able to be a good run defender. And he's been improving day in and day out. He also had a huge pressure on that 4th down in the third quarter that Denver couldn't convert on. He was the one putting pressure on Stidham. I mean, Malcolm Kuntz is everywhere. He is the guy that we've been looking for opposite Max Crosby. We need to sign that guy to an extension ASAP. That's all I got to say about that. Jack Jones, the play coming, the deep ball, and he came from the opposite side of the field and batted that ball down the middle of the field. You can't give this kid more credit as to what he's done coming from the Patriots, basically being sidelined with the Patriots, and he comes here and he makes a name for himself. You got to give credit to Jack Jones. And then Robert Spillane playing at the Pro Bowl level that he is. I think he got snubbed, but Robert Spillane is doing what Robert Spillane does. I can't give more credit to that guy. Love seeing him in the silver and black and love seeing him play every single game. So here's my question. What player in this season surprised you the most on the defense? Because we have always historically, since 2002, have a horrible defense. Our defense is struggling, and we didn't expect much out of our defense this year. But we balled. Who on the defense, which player do you think surprised you the most? Let me know down in the comments below. One thing, got to give a credit to the kicking game. A.J. Cole absolutely blasted a punt earlier in the game. I wish I was there to see it in person. I mean, he absolutely crushed it. I mean, our kicking game has been the strongest points. If the Raiders know anything, we know the kicking game. So big ups to those guys. That kind of sums it up for me, guys. I appreciate you once again. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Just the support you've been giving me. I've been only doing this for a few months, and I can't say thank you enough. So please, if you could, like, subscribe, turn on those notifications, ride this wave with me into the off season and all the way into next. Make sure you look out for my pros and cons video. I'm going to be breaking down both Jim Harbaugh and Antonio Pierce because those are the two hot names. I'm going to be giving you my pros and cons, what I think they are, and I'm going to let you guys be the judge who you guys want as the next head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders, and I'll give you my opinion as well. I appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out.